And that's why your struggle is not a mistake. It's not bad luck. It's not failure. It is the fire that forges kings, the darkness that reveals light, the silence where destiny is whispered. Einstein believed that adversity introduced a man to himself, that every crisis held within it the seed of equal or greater opportunity, not by chance but by design. Because pressure does not destroy diamonds, it reveals them. You think you're being punished. You think God has abandoned you. But what if the opposite is true? What if the pain is permission? What if the breaking is the blessing? God breaks the man he wants to use, not to hurt him, but to hollow him, to make space for strength, to carve out every lie, every egoic illusion, every shallow desire that would poison your mission. You cannot carry a vision on weak shoulders. You cannot move mountains with shaking hands. So he brings you to your knees, not to humiliate you, but to remind you where real power comes from surrender, from silence, from source. When you have nothing left to prove, you are finally ready to become. Look at every great man in history. Before they led, they bled. Moses wandered the desert. Mandela endured 27 years in a cell. Lincoln lost elections, children, and nearly his mind. Jesus fasted for 40 days and nights in the wilderness. The pattern is not a coincidence. It's a consecration. Before you wear the crown, you must bear the cross. Before you rise, you must be buried. Before you speak, you must be silenced. Why? Because brokenness is where pride dies. And when pride dies, purpose can live. The man who emerges from the fire is not the same man who entered. He walks different. He speaks with less noise and more weight. He no longer seeks applause. He seeks alignment. God cannot bless the version of you that is pretending. He can only elevate what is real. So if your life is being dismantled, rejoice. If your plans are falling apart, lean in. If your identity is shattering, be still. Because construction always looks like destruction at first. And the deeper the roots, the higher the tree can rise. This is not punishment, this is preparation. Preparation for influence, for impact, for leadership not built on charisma, but on character, on foundation, on fire-tested conviction. But here's what they don't tell you. The breaking doesn't stop once. The higher the calling, the deeper the breaking. With every level comes a deeper refinement, a sharper blade, a louder silence. You will lose things, people, comfort, illusions. But you will gain something greater. You will gain yourself, the self that can no longer be bought, the self that does not need permission, the self that has seen the bottom and realized God was there too. And that is power. Not the power that dominates, but the power that liberates. When you've lost everything false, you become dangerous to the enemy. Because now, you cannot be manipulated. You cannot be bought. You cannot be broken again. Because you already were, and you survived. That's why the man God breaks is the man he trusts. Because that man knows pain, and he does not fear it. That man knows purpose, and he does not waste it. He's not chasing success. He's obeying assignment. He's not trying to be great. He's trying to be faithful. And in that obedience, everything changes. So if you are in the breaking, don't run. Don't numb it. Don't curse it. Let it do its work. Let it burn away what was never meant to stay. Let it show you who you really are. Because when the dust settles and the silence speaks and the tears dry, you will not be the same. You will be forged. And the world will feel it, because the man God breaks is the man the world remembers. The man who is broken is not discarded. He is prepared, like the steel that endures fire and hammer, becoming a sword, not a scrap. Every blow shapes him, sharpens his edges, refines his purpose. His suffering is the forge where resilience is born, where his spirit is tempered with iron will. Remember Edison, rejected thousands of times before the light bulb illuminated the world. Did he quit? Number. Because he understood something fundamental. Failure is the tuition you pay for mastery. You pay in pain, in sweat, in heartbreak, but you graduate with results. This is the law of transformation. The universe honors persistence through pain. It tests those who dare to dream bigger than their present reality. Because greatness cannot exist without trials. Pain strips away what is unnecessary. It reveals the core. It reveals your capacity to endure, to evolve, to rewrite your story. This is your invitation. Lean into your breaking. Embrace the cracks in your armor. They are not flaws, they are doorways. They open to deeper power, greater clarity, and unwavering faith. Faith, not the kind that waits passively, but fierce faith that fights through every doubt. Faith that whispers, I am not done. You are the author of your life. But authors write drafts. They erase, they revise. And sometimes the manuscript must be torn apart so the masterpiece can emerge. So when life shatters your plans, ask, what is this making space for? When your heart breaks, ask, what truth am I being called to face? When your identity crumbles, ask, who am I beyond this? Because the man God breaks is not lost, he is found. Found in purpose, found in power, found in peace. He is ready, he is chosen, he is unstoppable, and the world will bend before him, not because he demands, but because he embodies the impossible. God breaks the man he wants to use, and now he's breaking you. But this is not the end, it is the beginning of a life forged by fire and destined to shine. So rise. Rise from the ashes of your pain. Rise with the strength only brokenness can birth. The man who breaks is the man who becomes, and becoming is everything. And as you rise, understand this. Your journey is sacred not because it's easy, but because it's hard. The weight you carry is the weight that transforms. The scars you bear are the marks of the chosen. Every shattered dream, every sleepless night, every moment you wanted to quit, these are the chisels shaping your destiny. Look at Lincoln, rejected by voters, crushed by personal loss, and nearly broken by despair. Yet he held on, not because life was kind, but because he believed in the purpose carved deep within his soul. He carried a vision far greater than his pain. Or Mandela, imprisoned, isolated, broken in body, but unbroken in spirit. His suffering was not a curse, but a calling. When he emerged, his people found a leader who knew the price of freedom because he had paid it himself. And you are walking the same path. You are walking the path of those who will change the world, not because it was promised, but because it was earned. God breaks the man he wants to use, not to shatter him forever, but to remake him for greatness. So do not fear your breaking. Do not despise your struggles. Do not run from the fire. Run toward it with open arms, knowing it will purify your purpose and awaken your power. Because what breaks you now will build the foundation for the legacy you will leave. Your story is still being written. Your strength is still being forged. Your purpose is still unfolding. And the man God breaks is the man who will move mountains, is the man who will inspire nations, is the man who will be remembered long after the noise fades. You are that man. Rise. Own your breaking. Become unstoppable, because God breaks the man he wants to use, and that man is you.